Hey, what is up? Dr. Mike here, the mad scientist of metal. Today I want to talk about adding dynamics to your metal mixes. Why do we want them to be dynamic anyways? Metal is so compressed, so dense. In order for the elements to stand out, we do need that sort of fidelity squashed together. Why is that important? Because, mate, biology, human ear is tuned into listening to contrasts. Only in comparison, heavy part hits hard after this massive build from a quieter and softer, more mellow atmospheric section into the heavy, hard-hitting bit. If, on the other hand, everything sounds the same, everything is dense and not moving, listener gets fatigued and ultimately not getting your message, which is a disaster. So today I want to show you two ways how I approach macro dynamics, that is, dynamics of whole song and maybe its sections. And I'll show you two ways how I add movement and builds. I'm using an example which is my psychedelic metal project, The Overcoming Project, with Mike Heller from Fear Factory and John Howard from iMonolith. Let's dive into the session and I'll show you what I've done so far, and I will do some work with you in real time as well. Let's start with this verse riff. I'll only play you guitars, bass, and drums, and I will show you what happens if we add some automation. Check it out. I want those beats to be louder. I want them to crescendo. There you go. Right? These little details create the movement. Now let's consider another fragment. After a massive chorus, we enter a second verse, which is supposed to be much more mellow. So I dropped certain elements of the mix. I dropped parallel compression on bass, drums parallel compression, and guitar parallel saturation as well, playing from the previous section into this one. Let's play without automation. And now with again. To me, the difference is drastic. Even though when automation is disabled, everything sounds thicker, overall, the feel is completely different. When it is thick, it's kind of similar to the previous section, and I can listen to it and not really get the difference and the different vibe I was going after in this section. I wanted to depict a more depressive, more fragile sort of state within this second verse. And when dropping volumes on those elements, when dropping down parallel compression and saturation, which are adding power, I am letting elements to breathe more. And then here, they build back again. So this is one of the ways of automating elements, making sure that certain sections breathe more and pretty much remain more dynamic. Here is the second option that I have always been doing from the day one when I started mixing, and that is fader movement across the whole thing, human touch for each element of the mix, that is drums, bass, guitars, solo guitars, clean guitars, synths, and vocals. I use VCA faders, if that means anything to you. This is the process, going through the entire song, start to finish, and moving these faders with my hands. You have seen that my moves are kinda abrupt at times, but Pro Tools smoothens that for me, so I don't necessarily worry about that. Let's listen to it with automation off, so how it was before, and then we'll listen to it with automation on and how it feels after the build is actually building. Let's check it out. So without. And now with. You have seen how I received this music, and I think that speaks by itself. The moves really make me move. That builds. You can feel it. You can feel the energy. By moving the faders this way, I try to channel how I feel the music and how I feel the builds into the mix so that you, as a listener, can feel the same. So I guess it's kind of self-explanatory. Consider moving faders, or at the very least, working on sections next time you mix a track, and let me know how you go. Thanks and cheers.